actually go back. Cut that out. Skip to here. So excited for another Frustration Friday. Although it's kind of hard to think about what to make a Frustration Friday video about. I've actually recorded a few other ones, and by the time I get to the end and I'm done venting, the whole like idea and mood of the video switched to something else, and it's like I don't really know how to go about doing that. I don't know if I want to post them or not. So I've been trying to think of other frustrating things that frustrate me to make videos about. So today's is just going to kind of be like a mishmash of different things that piss me off on a weekly, daily, hourly, secondly basis. The number one thing that really frustrates me is people that don't read. Now, I'm not saying that people can't read, because obviously they have an Instagram, they're able to type to me. They obviously know how to read and write. But it's like, I make a point of writing as much stuff as I possibly can about everything. If I post a wig on Instagram, I try to list all the information about it. I try to list everything you could possibly know, and I always put my email address there. And I always say, if you have any questions about pricing or anything like that, please email me. But I'll always get people writing how much, or I'll always get people saying, I want this wig, how much? And it's like, you didn't read. I said if you wanted to know about the price, please email me. I personally, and I've said this multiple times before, I don't like listing prices publicly. And that's for a couple reasons, and the main reason is because I want to post that wig letter X is like $250, but then somebody else wants something that's more extravagant and bigger and longer and thicker, and they're going to say, oh, well, wig X was this much, so this one's going to be that much too. And it's like, no, it's not. Wigs are different price depending on what you want and how much goes into them. So that is why I don't list my prices. So I understand that it's kind of frustrating for you guys out there if I'm not putting prices up for custom work or human hair work or anything like that. But if I say please email me with any questions, that means that I want you to email me with any questions. If you're writing a comment saying how much, or you're writing a comment saying I want this wig, how do I contact you? I put my email address right there, and it's kind of like, it's just frustrating to me when I go out of my way to make it as easy and as simple as possible, and people still don't get it. And I'm sure that it's just going to get worse. The more followers I get, the more subscribers I get. I'm sure that it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And I just find that as a whole, people don't pay attention or listen or anything. I get the comments asking how much. I get price comments and questions all the time. I also constantly get people writing comments on my videos asking, where did you get that hair from? Where did you get that wig from? When I clearly state in the video where I got the wig and the hair from, and then I also put down in the box where I got the wig and hair from. And every time I get a comment like that, I always go back and I watch the video again just to make sure I actually have it in there. And if I don't, then I'll make sure it's in the box. And if it's not in the box, I'll add it to the box, and then I'll comment to them back. I know that in the past, I have tried my best to list all of those things in the info box, and I try to explain things as I go and where I get things from in the videos. So always watch the video in its entirety, look in the box before asking me, because most of the time it's there, and if it's not, then I apologize and I will answer your question. But most of the time, it's either going to be in the video or it's going to be in the box. So please just check those out. I've also had people ask me, like, in the past, I've done tutorials in the past, I've done videos in the past, and people will flat out ask me something that is covered at length in the video. Like, did you watch the video? Did you watch my video? You're commenting on it and you're liking it, so obviously you're viewing it, but viewing and watching are two different things. I don't think people are actually watching them if they're asking me questions that are answered and talked about in the video or in the box. I don't know what to do with that. I know that, you know, I know that a lot of people are probably like me and they put a YouTube video on and it's in the background and they're doing something else, or they're watching a YouTube video, but then they're also playing on their phone. Tired, Bobby. I know that not everyone has the complete 100% undivided attention on YouTube, but if you're going to write a comment or you're going to ask me a question, please be sure to watch the video first in its entirety and check the info box, because chances are the answer is going to be there and it's going to save you time and it's going to save me time. And honestly, it's going to save you time and it's going to save me time, and I'm not going to think that you're a complete idiot. So that also helps as well. Also, this seems to happen a lot. I'm getting people writing me emails on Facebook and on my personal email account asking, do you make wigs? And I actually got a little snarky with somebody yesterday because they wrote me an email and said, do you make wigs? And I said, no, I make shoes. Because it's like you're writing me on Facebook on my custom wig page, Wigs by Bobby Pins, customized lace front wigs, handmade wigs. I have albums of wigs that I've made. I have albums of wigs I've styled. And you're asking me if I make wigs. Yeah, a little frustrating. And so I wrote the guy back and said, no, I'm a shoemaker. And then he wrote back, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Shoemaker, I didn't know. And I was like, well, and I wrote him back and I said, honestly, it's kind of frustrating because writing to somebody on a custom wig page asking if they make wigs is like walking into a pizzeria and saying, hey, do you guys make pizza? Do you get it? Like, you know, it's kind of, it's the same thing. It's like walking into a wig store and saying, do you guys sell wigs? No, we sell bras. Like, really? People out there, really? Mother's always said, like, common sense is not so common. And that's something that I've realized now that I'm a business owner and I'm dealing with the general public, is that common sense is not so common. Like, I'll write out everything about a wig. I will sit there and talk about it at length. And I'm still going to get people asking me how much it costs. I'm still going to get people asking me what colors it comes in. I'm still going to get all these questions when it's all outlined right there. And it just frustrates me, and it doesn't, you know, like, I'm trying to stay level-headed, and that was one little snarky outbreak about the shoes. And so, since I had that little snarky outbreak with this guy about the shoes, hopefully I'll be good for a couple more months, and I won't have a little outbreak. And all I said was, I make shoes. I didn't, like, get bitchy with him or anything. But I tried not to get snarky or anything, but I explained, like, the whole pizza analogy. And, you know, he said, well, I'm not sure if you're actually the person that's making these things or if you're somebody that runs the page or not. And so I understand that. So I wrote him back that I'm just a one-man shop over here and I do everything. Like, I run my website, I do inventory, I roller set them, I tease them, I style them, I pack them up, I ship them out, I have inventory in my apartment, I have stuff coming in and out all the time. So I'm a one-man shop over here. I do everything myself. So for future reference, bobbypins.com as a whole is a one-man shop right now, and when and if I ever have employees or assistants or interns or anything, you guys will know about it, but as of now, it's a one-man shop, all me. And also, like, going along with people not reading things, it's like, I try to make it as easy for you guys as I can. Like, bobbypins.com, you can buy through there. It lists the shipping costs. It lists all of that stuff directly on the website so that people won't ask me later. For instance, I had someone email me on Facebook. I put up a picture of when I received some new stock, and they asked me how much the wigs were and how they can buy them. When my website was listed right there and the price was listed right there, they still asked me, and I said, and they asked me if I shipped international, which also was in the post that I ship internationally. And so I wrote her back and I said, hey, the wig prices are listed on the website. If you have any other questions about the wigs, pretty much everything is listed on the site, so check that out first. The prices and my shipping rates are all there as well. Please make all purchases through bobbypins.com. So then she writes me back and says, I want these 3 wigs, invoice me with shipping, thank you. And I wrote back, please purchase through bobbypins.com if you want to buy anything. people are like texting me like a mad person. So I wrote her back, please purchase through bobbypins.com. I had to tell her twice, and then she wrote back, okay, great, thanks, will do, and she ended up never buying anything. But, you know, if I say buy through the website, and I say check the website for more information, but you ignore that, and you're asking me to do something else, that's kind of like, what's your problem? Like, why are you doing that? I asked you to check the website and to purchase through the website, and then you're asking me to invoice you separately through Facebook when it's easier to just go on the website, add it to your cart, and check out. It just, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me, but common sense isn't so common. I also, like, have this big issue with people, and it happens to me all the time, at least once a week, if not more. Somebody will follow me on Instagram, and they'll like all of my pictures going back for, like, weeks or months, even into last year. They'll go and they'll like all my pictures. They'll write me comments saying, oh my god, I love this wig, how much? Oh my god, I love this wig, how do I order one? Oh my god, what's your email? I need to talk to you. I want this one, I want that one, I want this one, I want that one. And then I'll write back, please email me with any inquiries. And usually I won't put my email address in that comment back because I like to see how much this person's paying attention. Because 9.99999 times out of 10 they will write me and ask me what my email address is. Or they'll say, I can't find your email address, email me at busteddumbqueen@gmail.com. And I'll email people first. And when this happens, it just really frustrates me because I try to make it as easy as possible, especially when somebody just followed me. You look on my Instagram, and there's the little blue box if you unfollow me. You press it, make it green, that means you follow me. Underneath that, it says BobbyPin/Bernadette. If you have any questions about my wig prices or would like to commission me for a wig, please email me at info@bobbypins.com. Then below that, it says www.bobbypins.com. If you click that link, you'll go to my website. There's a little space that says contact/more information, and it says right there, info@bobbypins.com. It's all over the place. It's on my pictures. I put it in the picture itself. I put it in the comments. I put it everywhere. I try to make it easy for you guys. And you guys are sitting there liking all my pictures, following me, etc. You're seeing my email address or my website or my YouTube or whatever a bajillion times on my posts. And then you're going to ask me what it is? You just liked the picture, and it's on the picture. I watermarked it on the picture. It says right there, bobbypins.com. In the picture. What? I don't get it. Like, I wonder, are people that dumb that they don't see it? Are they that immersed in my Instagram that they don't see it? I don't know. But it's just so damn frustrating when I list right there my website, my YouTube, my email, etc. I list it right there on the picture or in the post or whatever. And people still ask. Like, it's so frustrating. Hence Frustration Friday. It kills me. It kills me. And I have other Instagram friends that are business owners and artists and make wigs or clothing or whatever. And it seems to be that way all across the board. People just don't know how to read or choose not to read. And it's frustrating for us because we try to make it as easy as possible for you guys. And I try to answer every question you guys have to begin with so that questions won't come up later. But if you're not reading what I'm posting and you're not looking at what I'm posting, you're just looking at the picture, why? Why? Like, I just don't understand why. If you can take the time out to sit there and write a comment and ask me a question, you can take the time out to sit there and read my post, which most likely will answer your question to begin with. It doesn't make sense to me how people can be that stupid. I don't know. And it's gotten to a point where if somebody comments on a picture and says, hey, I really like this, email me at busteduglydumbqueen@gmail.com, I don't bother because you're writing your email address on a post that has my website and my email address listed on it. If you're that interested in my product, you would see it. So I'm not going to go out of my way to email you, because chances are you're not going to email me back anyway, because people don't. Once they find out my prices, timeline, and my budget stuff for projects, 9 times out of 10 they won't email me back anyway. So I'm kind of just saving myself a step and not even bothering. But I understand, you know, you're excited, you want something, you see, ooh, pretty shiny, pretty wig, oh my god, pretty finger wave, shiny, shiny, shiny. But just read the comments below it. Read what I'm saying. Read any URLs or anything on the video. Yeah, just like, ugh. People. I worry about people sometimes. Like, I get these emails and comments and posts, and I'm just like, how did you live to be an adult without common sense? How did you live to be an adult and still type like that? And it's kind of just like, what is your problem? Oh my god, another really big thing that frustrates me to no end are people that write emails and comments and stuff that it's one big, long, run-on sentence. You're an adult. You're able to use a computer. You're able to type. You obviously know how to read and write because you're sitting here typing to me. Break up your thoughts with punctuation. Please. I don't know what you're saying. When you write me a big, long email like this, I have no idea what you're saying or what you're wanting from me. If there's no question marks, exclamation points, periods, commas, semicolons, and bangs, anything, I have no idea what you want from me. And most of the time, I will write somebody back and say, hi, I got your message. Thank you for your interest. However, you're not punctuating what you're writing. I don't know what you're asking or telling me because you didn't use punctuation. Please separate it out into thoughts and get back to me. And I had someone do that once, and they started putting periods at really random places in their email. Like, I was, period, wondering about, period, wig prices for synthetic, period, human hair pieces, period, ponytail wig, period, exclamation point. And I'm just like, what? Huh? Punctuation, people. It's not that hard. Like, you're an adult. Google it. Look, if you cannot use punctuation, or you're that, like, honestly, like, I don't understand how people can live to be adults and live in an age of computers and all of this and not know how to use punctuation. If you're asking me a question mark. If you're stating something, a period. If you have two thoughts put together, that's one big thought, comma, or a semicolon. If you're excited about something, exclamation point. It's not that hard. Do I really need to have a vocab and like a punctuation lesson with you guys right now? Because I kind of feel like I have to. If if you're writing a big long thing to me without punctuation or anything, I'm most likely going to write you back and say, I'm kind of confused as to what you're writing. Can you please put some punctuation in there so I can better know what you want? Because, it's so easy to confuse or not understand what you're saying to me because of context and because of punctuation. If you write me a big long thing like this, I don't know what you're saying, or I can confuse your question for a statement. I can confuse your statement for a question because you're not writing correctly, basically, is what I'm saying, is that you're not writing correctly. You need to put some question marks and some periods in there somewhere so I have a better idea of what you're wanting from me. So in closing, punctuation is your friend. Punctuation is your friend. Use it, please. Please pay attention. Please read. Please check out everything. Please watch videos in their entirety. Do all of this, please, before asking questions, because it's just frustrating to me if you don't, and you're going to get a better and easier response on my end if you pay attention. And chances are your question will have been answered either in the video, in the post, or whatever, if you take the time to read it, listen, or watch it. So, case in point, please just pay attention and use punctuation. So, thank you guys again for watching this Frustration Friday video. And I'll see you guys again on Wednesday for another Wiggy Weevy Wednesday. Thanks, and have a great weekend, you guys.